Welcome to OW3 Dubs, where fanfiction becomes an experience. Today's chapter 2 of Akatsuki Babysitter's Club by Beetlebee. Press play, relax, and let the story unfold. 2. Chapter 2 equals 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 equals. Another week passed and Jiraiya was outside the apartment. Jiraiya, who then barged in on one of Nagato's physical therapy sessions. Jiraiya, who definitely saw their Akatsuki coats slung over the side of the couch. Jiraiya, who immediately put two and two together and identified his former, presumed dead, students as wanted terrorists. Nagato tensed, ready to strike. Konan erupted in a flurry of paper, her face blank but death in her eyes. Obito let his Sharingan whirl to life with a sigh. At least Naruto was safe in the nursery. He idly hoped they wouldn't wake Kakashi from his after-mission nap. Or get blood on their new carpet. But before anyone could murder each other, Tsunade put Jiraiya in a headlock. "You idiot," she chided, "don't you know how to knock?" There. "Yes, I see you've met the Babysitter's Club," she said, sardonic. "These are the Akatsuki. They're terrorists," Jiraiya stressed. Tsunade stared him down, then said with a mocking smirk, "That's odd. They seem like babysitters to me." "Babysitters? Please, Naruto could be in danger." Tsunade picked up Jiraiya one-handed. "Naruto? You and me," she hissed, "are going to talk about Naruto." She bodily dragged Jiraiya through the front door and it slammed behind her. Obito watched Tsunade stomp down the street and then surveyed the paper all over the floor. He just let Konan take her time to collect herself. "Obito?" I heard shouting. Kakashi wandered sleepily out, a flak jacket thrown over his bedclothes and a tanto in his hand. "It's okay," Obito said, "Jiraiya just left." "Ah," said Kakashi, blinking wider awake. "Jiraiya was here? Really? I'm not sure why he bothered to show up now, but we weren't what he expected." "He was quite surprised to see us here," said Konan thinly. Nagato's face was tight as he slowly returned from the nursery with Naruto in his arms. "I'm surprised he even showed his stupid face here," Obito grumbled. "It's peculiar." Kakashi shuffled to the cabinet to grab a few mugs for tea. "Though, I suppose it would be a shock for him to come face to face with people he presumed dead. Unless he was surprised by something else?" Obito tried not to sweat. "I don't know what his problem is. There's nothing wrong with a couple of not dead babysitters running a club." Kakashi's hand paused for the barest fraction before he sat down a dog-patterned mug on the counter. "Of course there isn't." Obito was glad Kakashi agreed. Barely 20 minutes passed when Jiraiya was at the door again, with a wild look in his eyes and a shoeprint denting his face. Wasn't serious, right? A vet? Nagato ignored him. Konan just stared at him. Obito opened his mouth but Kakashi just shook his head and beckoned them all to the kitchen table. Jiraiya sat there, dazed. It was that bad? Shit, kid, shit. Kakashi raised a lazy eyebrow as he sipped his tea through his mask. "A succinct summary of the first 4 months, yes. And you," he looked at his former students, "you had more than enough reason to do nothing, but you're here." "And I." They remained silent, watching him. "And I left." Jiraiya put his face in his hands. "What would Minato say to me? Kushina?" Kakashi's grip on his mug tightened. Obito stared at the fascinating wood grain of the table. "I have to change. I need to be a godfather that kid deserves." "Ma, that would be nice," said Kakashi, "but you're not the godfather anymore." Jiraiya looked up. "What?" Kakashi hummed. "The position's been refilled. You could be a godmother instead." "Refilled? Who the hell is it now?" Jiraiya demanded. "I am," said Konan, smiling. It wasn't a nice smile. Jiraiya blanched and turned back to Kakashi with a nervous grin. "So, what was that you said about being a godmother?" True to his word, Jiraiya stuck around, and even kept his mouth shut about the Babysitter's Club. Though that was tested when a certain someone made a visit during one of Tsunade's house calls. "Thanks for fitting Naruto into your schedule," said Obito. I suppose he could have bumped his head pretty hard. Naruto had rolled himself off a cushion and bonked his head on the floor. Jiraiya, currently in timeout in the bathroom for irritating Tsunade with his fretting, was the only one who really panicked. He actually ran full tilt across the village to find her. Tsunade flapped a hand. "Better safe than sorry. I've got people covering for me." I might have another late appointment stop by here anyway. On that cue, they could hear someone enter through a secret door of the apartment. We're back here, Tsunade called out. Orochimaru's voice carried through the hallway as he approached. Really, Tsunade, I have snakes and an impeccable home. I don't understand how you could suggest Kabuto would get fleas of all things. Then don't ask me to try and diagnose your damn kid over a summons message, she snapped back. Jiraiya slammed open the bathroom door. Wah, Teme. Orochimaru smirked. Oh, the idiot has finally arrived. How rude of you all to leave that out of your missives. Tsunade smiled back, malicious. I know how much you love surprises, Oro. What are you doing here? Are you stealing children now, too? Jiraiya accused. I don't know what you're talking about, said Orochimaru, hiding a solemn boy behind his back. This asshole's just getting a checkup for the brat, said Tsunade. Get off his back. You too, Haim? Me too. What, Jiraiya? That I'm going to do a medical check for a child? You gonna tattle to sensei? Jiraiya actually looked to Obito for help, which was just a poor choice on his part. You're really going to let him stay here? Why not? Said Orochimaru. I do have reason to visit Naruto, after all. What's that supposed to mean? Jiraiya said, dangerously low. If you think you're going to experiment. Enough, both of you. Tsunade snapped, annoyed. Or do I need to prescribe more kicks to the face? Orochimaru laughed lightly. It's just cute that he finally cares, Tsunade, he said, conversational. Obito rolled his eyes as they continued to snipe at each other. Can you believe they're all supposed to be adults in their 50s? He whispered conspiratorially to the kids. Kabuto covered his mouth with a hand, trying not to smile. Naruto grinned and shoved his fist in his mouth. Obito then called out, raise your hand if you're Naruto's godmother. The Sannin all raised their hands. Well, isn't this awkward, Orochimaru said with a wicked smirk. You said I was the godmother, Jiraiya said to Obito, sounding betrayed. You're a godmother, yes. There's nearly a dozen at this point, said Obito. But I got to be godmother first, Orochimaru preened. At least I got to be godmother before Jiraiya, Tsunade countered. What the hell? Was everyone godmother before me? Jiraiya complained. Tsunade and Orochimaru sing-song together. Obito shared another pointed look with Kabuto and the little boy finally laughed. Obito forgot about Zetsu long enough for it to bite him in the ass. Akatsuki meetings had turned remarkably awkward, considering the new rule to not tell Zetsu about what Obito was up to, which had since devolved into not telling Zetsu anything. After one aggressively pointless meeting, Hidan managed to waste an impressive 3 hours with a Jashinism seminar, where Obito lurked in the periphery. Obito found Zetsu looming over him. What do you think you're doing? Zetsu asked. Well, I was thinking about whether to reorganize my weapons by size or color. No, what have you told them? Zetsu pressed. What have I told them? Sheesh, Zetsu was being so pushy. They know something. What have you revealed? Nothing much really? Nothing important. His name and life weren't that important, right? Everything's fine. Obito's chest started to itch. Enough with your obtuse act. What is this? Are you abandoning our plan, what we've worked so hard for? Of course not. I'm still doing the plan. Kind of. Not really. Obito had maybe actively avoided thinking about it for the past 3 months. Did he still want to do it? He thought he did, that he'd always eventually achieve that goal, but then, ever since the memorial stone. You've done nothing. You think I wouldn't find out? Is this what you want? You want to let her down? Obito blinked. What would Rin want? Well, she'd probably think, in a flash. Obito slashed a knife out from the palm of his hand to behead Zetsu. Or he would have, if his entire body hadn't seized up, frozen, his heart beating wildly out of his chest. His heart with a certain seal on it. Oh, damn it. Zetsu tsked. Such a lack of loyalty. It breaks my heart. Or yours, actually, he said as he pressed a hand to Obito's chest with a flare of chakra. Obito collapsed in a heap, his heart sputtering out and unable to move, not able to do a damn thing about it. Fucking shit. Boss. Apparently they weren't as isolated as Zetsu thought. Kisame ran over to Obito, with Nagato not far behind. Kisame took a swing at Zetsu, who pulled back and skittered away into the depths of the cave. Boss. What did he do? Obito pointed at his heart with a gasp, and tried to pantomime hitting it as his vision started to black out. But Kisame must be a master at charades, because he just said, "Got it," and reared back his fist. Obito gurgled. "Wait," said Nagato, "is that really the best way to?" "This'll hurt," Kisame said, and even sounded a little sorry about it. Because it did hurt. It hurt a lot. Obito. He heard someone say his name above him. Obito. Hey, he knew that voice. He knew that voice way too well. Oh, shit. Obito might have died. He sat up slowly to take in the image of his friend, his first love, the person he was doing all of this for. "Rin? Yes, it's me." Rin smiled and punched Obito square in the face. "Kushina says hello," she said as she flexed her hand. "Ow," Obito replied. He gingerly touched his throbbing nose. Ow, I deserved that," he said. "I don't disagree. I've been watching you. What were you thinking, Obito?" Rin frowned. What was Obito always thinking? Always seeing when he shut his eyes? "I watched you die. Watched Kakashi forced to kill you. I would have given anything to see you again, in a world where you all wouldn't have to suffer. But it wouldn't truly be us. It wouldn't be real," Rin stressed. "You know it wouldn't." Obito stayed silent. Hearing it from Rin, he just didn't have it in him to deny it anymore. She continued, "Besides, you were lied to by Zetsu, Obito. The plan wouldn't save anything. It would have just killed everyone on the planet. Ah, yikes. Would you want that to happen? There's suffering, yes, but there are still so many good things in that world, Obito. Moments worth fighting for. People worth staying for." Obito couldn't help but picture Kakashi and Naruto. Naruto laughing, trying to babble his first words. Kakashi smiling softly, looking at Obito sometimes like he could quite believe he was real, like he was something precious. Rin smiled. "See? Deep down, you already know that." Obito didn't deserve her smile. He looked down at his hands. "I'm so sorry, Rin." Her smile turned sad. "At least there's that. It'll be okay. Just be there for Kakashi and Naruto. Do some good in the world. Go out and be better." She then pinned Obito with a glare, "And don't you dare come back here early." Obito winced and nodded, emphatic. "Don't worry. I'll plan on being late this time." He then paused, recalling what Rin said earlier. "Wait, you've been watching me the whole time? Kakashi too? What did you hope to see?" He jokingly leered. "Obito." She laughed, startled, and smacked him lightly on the arm. "Don't be weird. Now, let's give Nagato a helping hand to get you out of here," she said as her fingers glowed green. Obito finally smiled back. He could do this. He could fix everything for Kakashi and Naruto and Rin. Even if he had to burn the world down and build it back up in a whole new way. "Ow," hissed Obito when he returned to the land of the living, feeling his chest literally knit itself back together. "Gross." Kisame leaned over him and cocked his head to the side. "Oh, you're alive again," he said, cheerful as ever. Nagato gave a shaky smile from where he leaned on Kisame, his eyes closed from the stress of the Rinnegan. "Yes. And, thank you both for your help," Obito wheezed, as he sat upright. Kisame pulled him to his feet. "Never been thanked for punching a hole through someone's chest before. Life's full of surprises," Obito deadpanned. Kisame chuckled a little. "Seems so." Then he said without preamble, "Zetsu escaped. Fuck. What was he trying to kill you for, anyway?" He was lying about the whole thing, Kisame," said Obito, omitting the fact his dead friend had to tell him so. Kisame's expression hardened. Nagato coughed. "So, it seems we were all not on the same page with our priorities to the Akatsuki." Obito and Kisame looked at each other. But at the very least, Nagato carried on. "Now we know where that thing's priorities truly lie. Not with us." "Yeah, and he probably didn't get far. But you might want to check in on your boyfriend just in case," Kisame added. "Kakashi is not my boyfriend," Obito automatically corrected. "Oh, right. You might want to check in on your best friend you're obviously in love with," Kisame amended. Nagato tried not to smile. Obito sighed as hard as he could but didn't deny it. He was too worried about his best friend that he was obviously, painfully, in love with. "Where were you?" Kakashi rushed over and grabbed Obito the moment he phased into the apartment. "Your friends kept checking in on me. Did something happen?" "Kakashi," Obito said with relief. "You and Naruto are okay? Are you? You didn't tell me where you were going." "Oh, just had to go deal with a thing, and kind of died in the process, but whatever." "What do you mean, kind of died?" Kakashi said, nearly hysteric. Shit, he'd said that out loud. Just temporarily. It turned out fine. Kakashi's grip tightened. What if it wasn't? You could have been dead for good and you'd be gone again and I wouldn't be able to. Kakashi cut himself off. Wouldn't be able to? Obito asked, totally lost. Kakashi paused. Then, with a frustrated snarl, he yanked down his mask and pressed his lips against Obito's. Oh. Obito tilted his head and let Kakashi deepen the kiss. Obito had never kissed anyone before. And he certainly never made out frantically with his best friend before. Obito was painfully aware of his own inexperience as he let Kakashi take the lead. Kakashi didn't seem to mind as he licked and bit and kissed along the left side of Obito's jawline and down his neck, with two sharp teeth. All the while, Kakashi's fingers caressed the scarred right half of his face and body, reverent. Kakashi, he wanted Obito. He then pushed Obito into the wall, grabbed his ass, and rolled their hips together. Okay, wow, Kakashi really wanted Obito. Bed? He panted into Obito's ear. Fuck yes. I can't believe you were only hiding a mole under your mask, Obito said later, when they were lying together in Kakashi's thoroughly rumpled bed. When did I say I was hiding anything? Kakashi asked, amused, as he played with Obito's hair. A cute mole, Obito continued, a fucking beauty mark. Why are you so hung up on this? Put it in the bingo books, beauty mark Kakashi. I regret kissing you. Nah, you love me, Obito teased. Kakashi remained silent a beat too long. I do, I think, Kakashi finally said, bewildered. You, really? Obito asked. Yes. Obito thought he was too fucked up to ever be loved. Maybe Kakashi was just fucked up enough to love him. I think I love you too, said Obito. Maybe two fucked up people together could equal one unfucked up being. Obito held Kakashi a little tighter. To have that, it seemed worth staying for. I wonder if Rin watched us bang, Obito later thought absently. With Zetsu on the loose, the Akatsuki took to having weekly clandestine meetings in the apartment when Kakashi was off with Naruto at his mom club. I just don't think we need to spend so much on name-brand razor wire when generic will do, Kakuzu said. Hidan scoffed. That generic shit can't even slice through fucking bread, let alone a femur. Well, maybe if you actually used it correctly. Somebody knocked on the door. Obito looked out. It was Shisui? And little Itachi? Shisui knocked again. Hey, I know you're in there. Makoto said Kakashi was seeing somebody and his mystery guy would be home. What should we do about him? Conan asked. We can kill him before he has a chance to scream, Kakuzu suggested. Wow. No, it's just my family. I'll handle this. Obito opened the door and ushered his cousins inside. Enough already. You not only tell Bakashi all of my secrets, but you shout all our business to the neighborhood, too? The hell kind of shinobi are you, Shisui? Shisui scoffed as he and Itachi walked in. Yeah, well, you'd lose out on fewer secrets if you'd actually answer your door in less than 5 min. He suddenly seemed to register who he was talking to. Holy shit. Language, said Itachi. Shisui covered Itachi's ears with his hands. Holy shit, how are you still alive? Obito shrugged a shoulder. Oh, you know. The boulder didn't quite take, and the withered husk of Madara tucked me away in a cave for a year where he grafted plant matter onto me. Please tell me you're joking. Obito stared at him. Wow. And who are these? Are you all missing Nin? Shisui screeched. We're a club for babysitters, said Sasori, bland. Shisui looked at the Akatsuki, and then to Obito, incredulous. That's a load of horseshit. I want to join the club, Itachi interrupted. Obito blinked. I don't think that's the best idea. I have experience. I help with my brother Sasuke all the time, the child argued. Shisui tried to reason with his little cousin. Itachi, really, I don't think this club is actually. I want to join the club. Itachi then laid down his trump card, or I'm telling mother about when you dropped me in the pond. Obito and Shisui paled. Aunt Makoto was never to find out about that day. 5-year-old Itachi was now an official member of Definitely Not Akatsuki. They made him a tiny coat and everything. The boy proudly wore it while carrying his baby brother around. Kisame took it a step further and hoisted the kids onto his shoulders, spinning them around while Shisui looked seconds away from succumbing to a heart attack. Hidan and Kakuzu laughed themselves sick in the corner. And that's a wrap for Chapter 2 of Akatsuki Babysitter's Club by Beetlebee. Want more? Let me know, should I narrate the next chapter? Or maybe you have a favorite fanfic you'd love to hear as an audiobook? Drop your requests in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story. Until next time, keep imagining.